Once upon a time in a faraway land, there was a powerful witch who lived in a dark and gloomy castle. The witch had a spell that she would cast over unsuspecting men and hold them under her spell until light came to deliver them. One day, a young man named Theodore stumbled upon the witch's castle while he was out hunting. He was a brave and adventurous soul who wasn't afraid of anything. Or was he? Theodore had heard tales of the witch and her evil deeds, but he had never believed them until now. As he approached the castle, he could feel a strange and evil magic emanating from it. Despite his fear, Theodore's curiosity got the better of him, and he found himself walking towards the castle. As he neared the entrance, he saw a sign that read, "Beware, all who enter here are trapped forever." But Theodore, being the brave soul that he was, ignored the warning and walked right in. The moment he stepped inside, the door slammed shut behind him, and he found himself in a dark and dank dungeon. Suddenly, the witch appeared before him, her eyes glowing red in the darkness. She cackled loudly, enjoying the fear that she saw on Theodore's face. "So, another victim," she said, her voice dripping with malice. "I will add your soul to my collection." Theodore tried to speak, but no sound came out of his mouth. The witch had cast a spell on him that rendered him speechless. All he could do was watch as she approached him, her face twisted into a cruel smile. "You're not very talkative, are you?" she asked, her voice mocking. "Don't worry, you'll have plenty of time to speak once I've added your soul to my collection." With that, she raised her hands and began chanting in a language that was ancient and evil. A black cloud formed above Theodore's head, and he could feel his life force being drained away from him. Just as the witch was about to finish the spell, a ray of sunlight pierced through a crack in the dungeon ceiling and hit the witch right in the eye. She screamed in pain and dropped to the ground, her form flickering like a candle in the wind. Sunlight was the one thing that the witch couldn't stand. It burned her like fire and made her magic falter. Seeing his chance, Theodore broke free of the witch's spell and ran towards the door. He didn't look back to see if the witch was following him. He just kept running until he reached the safety of the forest. Once he was sure that the witch wasn't following him, Theodore turned back to look at the castle. He could still see the sunlight streaming out from the crack in the ceiling, and he knew that the witch was in trouble. He had saved himself, but what about the other men who had been trapped in the castle? Determined to free them, Theodore raced back to the village and gathered a group of armed men. Together, they marched back to the castle, ready to take on the witch. When they reached the entrance, they found that the doors were wide open and the witch nowhere to be seen. Inside, they found the men who had been trapped by the witch, and they freed them from their cells. As for the witch, she was never seen again, though some say that she still lives in the shadows, waiting for the night to fall so that she can cast her evil spells once more. And if you ever hear a cackle in the night that sounds like mocking laughter, then you can be sure that the witch is near. And that, dear friends, is the story of the witch that holds men under her spell until light came to deliver them. Do you believe in witches? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.